It's not everything, please, I need, then you give.
Yeah.
Because if you are not careful, the beggar will build house before the giver. You must treat a lady the way she deserves to be treated, not the way she wants to be treated.
So that experience, the healing process I went through at that time, made me actually understand what true love is. If I have to give myself to a lady, like in terms of commitment again, I will still do it.
Hi guys, my name is Jesse David, but my friends call me Jay, and welcome to another episode of the Hood Gist, where it's all vibes, cruise, and banter. And today we're going to be talking about heart first versus head strong. And we are going to be diving into if women are worth the wait or they are just designed to capitalize. And of course, I am with my podcast family. We got Effie, Ari, Ada, and Cletus. And we have two wonderful guests with us. We have Mr. Oracle by my left and Mr. Bright by my right. Mr. Oracle, it's nice to have you here. Mr. Bright, nice to have you here. Hope you guys are good.
Yes, thank
All right, that's beautiful. So let's get straight into it. So we're going to begin like this. Mr. Bright, we were made aware of a beautiful love story. Yes, we two Nigerians have love story. And we just had a little snippet of it, and it just felt very exciting. And we thought we needed you to come on board and just share your love story to our audience, to the world. So could you just quickly tell us about your love story?
Okay. It's kind of a long one, alright, but I'll just try to summarize everything
All right.
to make sure that it's not so. Okay, so well, it started in just 2. I think that was back in 2020, 2009, 2009, 2010.
Wow.
Yes. So yeah. So I met this girl, and I was a class captain then. So so I saw her name on the register. I took a marking register at that time. And I saw her and I said, "What was this strange name I'm seeing?" And I got to see her, and then she was very beautiful. Like, first of all, she was very pretty. And then the first time I saw her, I was more like out of words, and okay, fine. So that's that on that. And then we were friends, and opportunity the way the opportunity came was that even in the class we were sitting together. We sat on the same seat on the front row. You understand? So me, her, and my friend were sitting together. So we were seatmates. All right. So we did a lot of nasty things together in terms of playing, like playing,
That's
so calmly.
I swear, like, my
like
heart.
playing,
Yes.
like we played a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Like we play a lot, like the way normal children play. You understand? That's just what I'm saying.
I get you.
All right, thank you.
Wink, wink.
So, all right, so I went to a public school back then, secondary school, and then they splitted the school into 2. All right, because of the large number of people that were entering the school. So they took some students away from the first school to the second school. All right, so she was part of the persons they took from the first to the second school, but it was still in the same vicinity. All right, so we could still go to the next school to go and see our friends even during break time. We had that privilege. So I was always going there, gisting, and So in just 3, I told her I liked her. Finally, like after a lot of you know experience together, so I gathered the courage and I first of all told my friends that I want to tell this girl I like her. And they said, okay, now let's go now. I said, okay, fine. I told her, I informed her friends that they should give me a time alone with her just to tell her that. So I told her that, and then it was successful. She actually felt the same. Like, she liked me too. Okay, fine. So that was that on that.
Alright.
So we started chatting often, and at that time I had a phone, but my mom gave me her SIM.
Dun, dun, Gang,
small
gang, gang,
pieces.
gang, gang.
my mom gave me her SIM. All right, like I had a phone, but I didn't have a SIM. That was just this Nokia touch that I used to ring. Exactly. So she gave me her SIM, and then I gave her. I was using the SIM as like a normal guy, and she had her own SIM, like her own personal SIM. So we are always texting, chatting. With that small, we are always texting. I was always buying airtime. Like my mom would give me money for food.
Intentional.
There was that time they were selling. Airtel was not Airtel. I think Airtel was Zain or so
Yeah.
back then. Exactly. So there was airtime of 15 naira. So my mom, I had a small business in school where I used to sell all these Eve, I don't know if you know Eve, Signature C, I don't put inside.
okay.
Yeah. So I was making money in school. Like, so I was always buying airtime. And I was always recharging for her. Yes. RGS 3.
I
Like,
think I was like 4 years, or
So-
5 years. when this
Was
doing
there ever any moment that you were like, hey, good night, I love you, don't come back, don't reply me?
yes. Yeah, like, we all did that. Like,
After everything, you not delete all your messages.
like we all did
Why
that.
did you save her name as David?
No comments.
No. I saved her name. Oh my god. As it's not good there.
As what? Chukuma.
No, I saved it as a voice number. So my mom
I
will
know,
not.
what did I say? Bad children.
So that my mom will not know.
Sorry, what name did you use?
What name? No, that's not good. I think Michael also. I
Michael.
don't know. So my everything was normal until one day. I went to lesson. I used to attend one tutorial, Apex. So I went to lesson with my friends
So
and
what class were you in at this time?
just 3.
You still just
Yeah, so I think that was the second term. I went to Apex and then I saw her coming back from somewhere. I think she went to buy sugar also. Like, my lesson is very close to her house. I know her house. All right, so, and we were chasing her. Then there's one grandma that was in our street. I said, go back. Like, she was insulting us for chasing the girl. Like, we are just playing normally because I'm a playful person. I like play. Like, I'm very playful. So we are just playing on the road. And then the man started saying all sort of things, like calling us Ashewo, saying a lot of, those kind of things. Not in Benin,
Wait.
Lagos.
Lagos.
Yes, you know exactly. So I don't know when her mom came back. I don't know what that woman told her mom. I don't know. All right, but I just noticed that her mom or her dad, I don't know, Sha. I just noticed that I think she apologized when I got home about how she reacted and how the woman insulted me and my friends, not just me, 2 of my friends. All right, so my friends were very angry actually. So she apologized and she sent a love message. And lo and behold, that day my mom asked for her SIM. So she put her SIM on her phone and the message got to her.
Straight out of African magic.
Well,
That's a very.
I just noticed that my mom called me. He said, Jeffrey, go and call Bright. And then she was at the backyard. My
Yeah,
dad.
you know why this is wild?
What?
You saved the person's name as Michael.
Exactly.
Calm down.
So-
Okay, go on.
So
Who is Mikey?
Like,
My
why
son.
Michael sending you love
Yes, yes,
I
message?
think it's a mistake. One right me check.
Why Michael?
no, it's Michael.
I
I Michael I saved it as.
Don't worry, continue.
So my mom called me and said, my mom is not so literate like that. So she told my sister, she didn't bother about the name. That's what shocked me. She told my sister to read the message. So my younger sister read it in front of me. Like, I feel like, oh hell. Like,
Your sister, shit.
yeah. No, I can't. I don't do that. All right, I don't do that. So
Yeah, it's me. I say Jolly Glow.
So the next day, I don't know what happened. Her dad found out about me again, like without my mom. You understand? So we were watching one Korean film back then. Me, my mom. No, like me, my mom. No, Fate.
Not them.
We are watching Fate. No,
Living
I don't watch Korean
And
dramas
yes,
again. But back then, my
Wait,
mom
it's giving you
liked.
trauma, abi?
You understand? No, we were actually vibing, and we were at the end of the movie. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are watching this Korean. My mom was watching Korean drama, and I was like, let's watch this action film now. You understand that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, her phone rang, and lo and behold, it was her dad.
Damn.
And then she said, if I catch your son, this and that. He said a lot of things, and my mom and her dad exchanged words, like insultive words. It was because of that issue they took her out of the school. They took her out of the school and they put her in a private school. All right, so that was SS1. She wanted to enter SS1, so they took her out of the school.
But wait, sorry, you didn't tell us.
Did they change their
Can you just
environment?
be like,
as
say,
well?
No.
naive, they come
So,
out
No,
from
so,
the
so it was
school.
still in close
Like
proximity.
just normal place.
Not
or-
really. We are never really in close proximity. Like our house was quite a distance from my place.
Okay.
But I don't mind. You can do anything for love, you know.
Ah,
You didn't tell us what the message that she sent was. What she said.
Well, I can't really remember the word for word, but it was more like an apology and I love you. You get
So now
it?
you love trigger your mom.
Exactly.
Yes,
So my
you guys started dating.
Almost one share.
yes,
Wait.
not really like dating, but to us it was dating.
yeah, because they've already told each other they like each
You
other.
understand?
History.
Like
Really,
back then
come on, Enchon.
dating was not really as evolved as now.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Emotion.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right now,
Oh,
I
you
don't know.
guys
I think you have to
together.
ask a girl out, then you guys have to discuss. Back then it was not like that.
You guys
Once
were together.
you
Just
tell each
now.
other you like each other, you are dating. That's the thing. All right. So locked in. Thank you, bro. So they took her away from the school and they took her to another school, Emmanuel College. How do I know? I investigated. And after my school
James Bond.
in SS1, like I was in SS1, after my school, I will leave. Normally, I'm a late person in terms of going home late. All right. So, but I will always leave my house 4 p.m. when they close the school to go to our school. Yeah, so I'll always go to our school every day.
Were you trekking?
So what
or-
was
I was
the
trekking and it was
excuse
very
to your
far.
parents?
So you got in
Excuse.
sweat.
Yes.
I give to my
I'm sure
parents.
They know your normal.
No, they know my normal routine that I always reach home 5:30, 6 o'clock. So just for me to, see her. And she closes by 4, less in 1 hour. And then I managed to see her by 10. But she was not really giving me the attention that she was not really how do I put it?
The energy shifted.
The energy, yes. That energy shifted. All right. So, and whenever she sees me from her class, there is this, I don't know how to put it, but she's always ashamed to see me. All right.
Like a little bit scared.
Exactly. A bit scared and quite ashamed. And I felt hurt. And I remember one particular time, what made me stop going to her school was when I came down and she was in the midst of her friends, and my friends came with me to, like 2 of them, which they are also her friends.
Hope it's not what I'm thinking.
And then I called her, she didn't answer me. And then I tried to talk to her, she did as if nobody was talking. Like, and I was so hot, like, and I told my friend I'm never going to
So
come.
you just
like,
stood there
He's
looking
giving
at
you
her.
a standing in
And
the
she denied
and
you.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for you.
At
I
that
don't know
point,
this person.
did you think she fell out of love for you, or
No.
it was the strict, maybe the warning her parents had given
At that
to
moment,
her?
you won't think anything.
I don't think it
Yeah.
was no. I'm very intelligent when it comes to I reason far.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, exactly. Thank you. So I didn't think she didn't fall out of love for me. No, and I'm not really sure it was because of her parents. I felt she was just scared.
Scared
Yes.
to love her.
I felt she was just scared. So, but I at that time it took me time to understand. Actually, all right. So let me fast forward. All right, thank you. So then she relocated from her side. She started staying in Bega. For those of you that have gone to Lagos, Ojodu Bega. Right, exactly. So started staying there. So we lost touch. I was not myself. I couldn't study my books anymore. I couldn't. So I repeated a class. I repeated SS1, and I repeated a class because I couldn't focus anymore.
Yeah, this is what my parents did.
Which
Tell me. I
class
don't think
did
it
you
was possible
I repeated
to
SS1.
fail because of love.
I repeated SS1.
Wow, that's wild.
So the other SS1 the second SS. So my brother was my older brother, a good person actually, was talked to me, all right, and he told me to step up my game, and then I had to, all right. So I became more like the best in the school in SS1, SS2. So I think I dropped a bit in SS3, but I was still among the top three in the school. So that's for 3 years. We did not. There was no contact, but I was always thinking about her. Like nothing changed.
So no girl came
I'm
to
usually like any other
Like
girl.
Yeah.
like it was not as if normally you have crushes.
Mhm.
Like normally you see someone that you admire, someone beautiful,
Yeah.
someone, but it was not enough. There was this void in my heart that no, like
Ah.
if
That
I, it was just her.
God, when person go like
You
No,
get
This is where they used to see F. Oh, Jim.
This is straight out of K drama.
the way everyone was acting like different from last week. Because when you're last week,
No,
believe
man, she's an advocate of love, but don't speak. Don't. She doesn't want to.
So I remember when I just finished writing my work, and she, that was I think 2015 or 2016 when I finished SS3. Then she I saw a message on Facebook. I know I saw her friend request on Facebook.
Yeah, it's true. That time people used to use Facebook.
And
Yes, man, it was weird.
like
I'm guessing a
when I
nostalgia,
saw it,
a rush.
I immediately accepted, and straight up she
Your heart
texted me.
skipping.
Oh
Like
my goodness.
5 billion.
I was
After 3 years.
there was this relief I had, and then
Just smile,
And-
one kind of
my
smile.
God. I was happy, I was joyful, and she texted me, and I, she was just I said, don't worry. Like, no, I don't. I told her that don't worry. At least we are talking now. Like exactly. So 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and I told her again. Like I think when we met, I told her again I love her. Like I still nothing has changed, and she told me the same. You understand that? And I felt joyful.
Okay.
Okay.
In that space of 3 years,
Okay.
was she with someone else?
No.
Like, so she did not.
She
She also did not
Yes.
have eyes for any guy.
I was like,
Yeah.
you're sure about this?
Yes, I'm sure. I trust her a
That's
lot,
nice.
and she told me
That she loved you.
like no that
No,
she
like,
was
she
not.
wasn't with anybody,
She wasn't with
so
anyone,
because she
and
wasn't
she's
with
not really that kind of person. She's more like a very shy person when it comes to
Alright,
guys.
yes.
Like
Oh,
there's this
that's
attitude she
oh,
has exactly. So
But did you guys do anything like meet up?
No,
or
not
just
at all.
strictly Facebook?
where I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So she was now in school, Warri Fupri,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
federal
yeah.
university. Exactly. She was now in Fupri. So whenever she comes to Fupri, the first time I went to her house at Bega from my side, quite a distance too. I went there. I always go and see her. So we are more like seeing like once, twice a year, because of
Sorry to cut you short.
Sure.
I'm so sorry. Rewinding back,
Okay.
you said you repeated. So you both of you were in the same class. So it means she's a year ahead of you.
She went a year ahead of me.
Okay, so who was in Fupre?
She.
Okay, all right.
Okay, you had not gotten admission by then.
No, I did not write jump.
Okay.
Yes.
That means even
And she
another
did not
extra
care.
year too.
She did not care.
Hmm?
She
No.
didn't care about that.
No.
Okay,
Alright.
so
I should
sorry,
care
since you didn't write down, that means like 2
I'll see
years
you
now. That
some
means it's
problem.
even 2 years she used
You-
to senior you.
Why you pointing?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years.
I think there's something they have. I think there's something they call foundational school in Fupri. I think more like
In
before
Fupri.
exactly. Is it 100 level? I don't know. I don't really know, but I don't want to go into that.
Okay.
So, let that stop. All right.
And you were going to
Okay,
saying
yeah,
once
so
a year.
we-
twice
Yes,
a
we
year.
saw once, twice a year. So I think there was a particular time before COVID we were seen often. Yeah, we were seen often. I think that was in 2018. I think when I first bought my first phone.
2009 to 2018.
Osla.
When I first bought my first phone, she was not even picked the phone for me. Told me to get a Techno Camon 15 Pro
Come on, 15.
at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a big phone.
actually, it was when it came out. I bought it.
Osla.
All right, so I think I paid 68,000 naira at that time to get a phone.
That was big money that time.
Yeah, actually,
You paid everything.
I paid actually.
Okay.
So we went out from there. We got to my house and then we bought food. We talked a lot about, and then I wanted her. I told her I wanted to be sure if something will actually happen between us. You understand? Yes, but she assured me that there is no one else. And then there was this sense of relief. But there was a problem. She was in school, I was not in school. And that's the story that
That's the
I'll tell
part
you.
where, because I don't think a girl that would start like thinking about her future, she would want to mind that.
And the reason why I was not in school was because my family back then, my parents, we were having more like a lot of financial
Okay.
issues. So there was somebody, my older brother was in school, my younger brother was also wanted to go to school. So I had to step down for my younger brother to go
And
to
you had a
school.
younger sister too.
Yes.
So are you
Because now
Igbo?
she read the message.
No,
I
I'm
remember.
from here, Edo. So I had to step down for my younger brother to go to school. All right, I had to step down so that he can go. But I think the last 2020 we saw, like, we were seeing often. When she had her birthday, we went out. I took her out.
2020, that's how many years now?
That's I can't really count. Starting
I'm
let's
getting
say
to 2009 now.
Yeah, that's when
Yes.
you first fell
So
in
that's
love.
11 years
2018 they reunited.
mm-hmm.
2020
As 11
they
years.
11
took
years
her
now.
out.
Yeah, but I would just say 20,
11
tw-
years.
tw-
That's
20,
enough to
20
start
2009 it was more like, I think, from the ending part.
Okay.
Right, and from the ending
So,
part.
and in these 11 years,
Mhm.
you were not in any relationship.
You did not think, you did not like.
It was a relationship for us.
No, like,
No, with
You were
any
not
other person
officially-
apart
No,
from
no,
her.
no,
officially-
not at all.
No relationship.
Not
but
at all.
any
You were not with
relations.
anybody.
Not at all.
apart
Like,
from
not
her.
at all.
Rest.
Not at all.
Let the man breathe.
Not at all.
This is not what he is now.
I really
That's
have
why.
a question, but go
I have
on.
questions too. Don't worry.
Okay,
One
okay.
question
Let me
I
just
think
quickly
this is
finish it because I
oracle.
feel I'm
Can't
talking
do that.
so much. Okay. So we saw a lot 2020, and then she told me that why don't we make this official? Like, she suggested it.
Alright.
And I said, oh, okay. So what would you have me do, ma? So that was in 2021. She told me to come over to Fupri to worry. I don't get money at that time. Like, I don't even get
Yeah, there's no way you can
transport.
tell her you don't have ticket.
She paid my tea fare to worry.
Am I a
Hmm.
broom? Am I a funny shot?
From Lagos to Warri.
No, from Benin to worry. That time I came to write for CTME. I was ready to go to school at that time. I wrote JAMB. I was ready to go to school. So she paid my tea fare. And then when I got there, she was in RCF, and RCF, she was the vice president of RCF, and RCF, they don't allow relationship during service. All right, I think that's one of the reasons why she hid some of the things, because she was always a worker in RCF. All right, so then she was already almost graduating. I think she was graduating. She was supposed to hand over that year and graduate the next year. All right, so she took me to her president. They came to meet me and they talked. We talked a lot, and then okay, fine. The second part was that the next day where I was supposed to go, she said she wanted to take me to somebody more like an authority over her. And then I got there, and well, I don't want to go into some
So you
details.
said authority over. What's that mean?
Like
Spiritual
your
authority.
Okay, okay.
Is it spiritual authority or so like a pastor?
Yeah. So, and then I really don't want to speak bad about anybody, so that's why there are some details I don't go. So we talked, and then the issue that I felt he should talk about, he didn't talk about. He was telling me some things different, some different things, because I was about entering school at that time. I said, okay, fine, there's no problem. I already got the admission already. So I just noticed that day I was supposed to go home. And when I didn't tell anybody I was traveling to worry. I just traveled. So nobody knew my whereabouts.
Yeah, my mom would just call me where you are, stay there, and then
So
They treat guys differently now.
I came not really, like
Not really. that
not
was
really.
But the risk you took, a girl will hardly make that kind of risk.
yes.
She knows
Okay.
what's
Especially
in
back
Actually.
in that days, that time.
Actually. So I
Was your mom aware of this relationship?
now okay, fine. I like that question.
Yeah.
You see, my mom, when we used to make call,
Yeah.
like we can make call for almost 2 hours, 3 hours. My mom would be like, "Is it not the same girl
Yeah.
from secondary school?" Like, she was always, he said, "What is with you and this girl?" Like, to the point that my mom finally gave up, and my mom even liked her. This time. It was the time she came to my house. She went to my mom's shop to start helping my mom peel groundnuts.
And why she no
So
go
the
work?
mom started like,
My mom liked this
And she
girl.
knew it was the girl that she
Yes.
adopted for.
My mom liked this girl. And then when I got home from worry, I called her. I said, Alpha, I didn't hear from you. Like, I miss you. Actually, that's exactly what I and the person that her authority heard, I miss you. And then she told me she would call me back later. And then, okay, fine. I called her in the evening and I could not reach her again.
Don't block my guy.
They don't block you.
Don't block my guy.
I cannot reach her. I could not reach her again. And I was like, what's going on? So I called her friend. She now called me that night and she said he heard everything I said. I said, what did I say? She said that I miss you. I said, what's wrong with that? I can tell a random person I miss you. What's wrong with that? And then he said, exactly. And then he seized her phone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
the
I'm-
authority.
I'm
The
sorry.
author-
Yeah.
the authority.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. He seized that phone, and
Sorry,
the
but
next day I was
thanks.
supposed to play saxophone at final year dinner. So I play love songs. I even recorded some songs for her. Yeah, some romantic songs for her, like two. Like there are some details I'm skipping for certain reasons. All right. So the next day I was supposed to perform at RCF wedding. I say wedding. Sorry, dinner night. All right. So they called me and I was playing the saxophone. All I was just thinking was that I'll never talk to this girl. So after I finished, the next day I was supposed to go to Lagos. All right. But after I finished playing, I called her friend and I asked her friend, Alpha, did you see her in church today? And then she said, yes, she saw her. I said, what's wrong with her? I said, for now, let everything just die. I said, what's going on? What's everything? Like, I don't understand what you guys are doing. Like, what's happening? There was no explanation.
That's
So-
something.
The next day, I was in the bus going to Lagos and I saw a text on my phone. It was,
Why you spoil the film for me?
she's right.
Oh, girl.
Like,
Why you spoil
Spoil
the
it, spoil
she's
it.
actually right. And it was more like, she ended everything. And
Just like that.
just like
Yeah,
that.
when you see that thing, there's a way
without
you have to
without
do
explanation. And I thought she was playing.
You want to play it a joke. I beg.
I thought she was playing.
Sarah, why are you?
Yeah, if it's not, I'll just
expecting this actually.
Okay.
I'll just reply and you sabi you.
I thought she was
Like,
playing,
you
and I was like, okay, fine. I reasoned it while I was going to Lagos. I didn't know when I started crying, and the driver was looking at me like this. I said, okay, fine. I got home. I didn't even talk to my mom. I just entered the room. My mom was at the shop actually. I was supposed to go to the shop normally to go and tell her that I'm back. You understand? So I got home and I started crying. I was like, what's happening? Like, she has never told me this before, and this message sounds. So I tried to call her. There was a time I now called her after like 3 days. She picked. I was so happy. I was like, what's going on? Like, explain to me. He said, don't worry, I'll tell you everything. I said, just give me a hint. What's actually happening? He said, don't worry, I'll talk to you. And then she ended the call. I was like, I said, okay, fine. Since she picked, it means that if I call her again, she will still pick. You understand? I called her, she didn't pick. At this time, she has already blocked my line. Like, blocked my call line. Now, I found out that she was not the one that did this. Yes.
She's not the one that even sends the breakup message.
She was the one that actually, she did all this out of,
The authority.
yes, out of obedience to that authority. You understand? So, she was not, I'm sure she was not the one that blocked my line, or she was forced. She blocked me on WhatsApp, blocked me on Facebook, she blocked me on every to go. We don't used to go that. This is back then now. We don't used to go. So she blocked me, and then I felt bad. And July 20th, I got a call on my phone. Yeah. I got a call on my phone. And it was her number, and I picked it. Lo and behold, she told me that, the authority wants to talk to me. Sylvester wants to talk to me. And then he ended everything by himself, not her, because she could not. He told her to end it. I was listening, but she could not do it.
Should not bring herself.
So he did that
When you
for
said
her.
that, I thought she wanted to give you like I'm getting married type of
No,
gist.
like he did that for her.
Come on, Ada, calm
He,
down.
I recorded the message, but I changed my phone, alright, so I don't have it again. He did that for her. I felt so bad, and fast forward. I entered depression. Like it was for a long time. I was not myself. I was mad, and but one of the things I was really glad about is more like the healing process. The healing process for me was a lot. It made me understand what love was. Okay, fine. I think I healed for 2020, 2020. It was finally 2024. That was last year.
4 years.
Mhm.
So now last year you healed.
Recovered from
Last year.
11 years cycle.
After she married.
Oh, wait,
What
married.
did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Everybody, what did I tell you?
I still don't
No,
care
I
about
expected.
her.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I
After
said she go marry.
she got married to the
Leave her.
guy actually.
That's what I was about to say. I said, guys, this was
To the
Jesus.
silver star.
Oh, fuck, Jesus.
Come on, to the authority.
Guys, you know I was about to say.
The authority.
The authority.
Yeah, you know I was about to say. I'm
Wait,
waiting
wait,
for you
wait,
to tell
to
me
the
the authority.
authority.
What was I telling you? I know all these things.
okay,
We don't
okay.
lie.
With this
Guys,
engine, I definitely have a banger question.
Because me, I have a friend, oh, before you know she was dating, she liked somebody. Before you know, the next week, they're telling her that she's
the
married.
religious authority.
So basically, that's what happened.
That's what happened.
And,
But
and would you say like you said, you're completely healed?
yes, I'm completely
I
healed
think
actually.
And
No.
I'm
They,
sure
they even have
it
a
must
they have a
resulted
key now.
to
Okay.
him trying to console the girl and
You
the
have a
relationship
kid.
formed.
Guy, boys are right too. Male
So
best friends
authority
are
broke
not
up with you. Then you went to go and take your girl.
Okay, so with that being said, I think the question I had in mind is kind of like justifiable, and I'm throwing it to Mr. Oracle because you've just been quiet. We've been listening.
Listen to
We've,
your body
we've been
language.
listening to this. Your body language has been
It's
screaming.
screaming, don't trust woman.
So
You're even on your phone.
with this, I'll ask: when a guy waits and invests emotionally, is he being romantic or is he setting himself up to be used?
He's actually being stupid.
Oh wow, that was good.
So he's actually being stupid. As a man, you have to be logical. You don't invest in a relationship, either emotionally,
Eh?
financially.
Eh?
You don't invest. Are you there? Now, the issue is this. Even if you want to invest, you must make sure that the investment of the other person supersedes yours. Because he who invests the more suffers the more. Are you getting the logic? Now, what am I trying to say is this. If, for example, it is the guy that loves the girl the most, when compared to the love the girl has for the guy, when they break up, it is going to pain the guy the most. Let's take it to the financial aspect. If it is the girl that's invested financially, the more in the relationship, when it is time for breakup, it is going to pain the girl the most. Now, it boils down to something. When you see people who have been in a relationship and they want to break up, you will discover that the person whose investment is lower finds it easier to leave the relationship. Believe you me, all those things you are saying about the authority or no authority, it is because, to a very reasonable extent, emotionally, you invested the more in the relationship. I don't want to look at the financial aspect because the details were not given. But it was easy for the authority to influence the girl's decision because her investment in the relationship was not as much as yours. Right? So for a guy, I don't see any reason why you should come and start. You know, I once had a girlfriend. I was with her one day, back then in the university. I was with her one day. And then she told me something. She said, do you know that whatever money a guy gives to a girl in a relationship is just an investment gone wrong? Something like that. I can't remember the exact word she used. And I was like, but now my babe, they tell me this kind of thing. What kind of stuff is this? But later, like back then, I did not really understand what she was trying to say. Because, unlike him, me, I was from my childhood, I was this kind of a pastor guy. It was later on I transitioned from foreign life to traditional lifestyle. You understand?
As
So that's why most of the time you see me on native, my thing, the way I do my things,
Wazobia.
So now, while I was growing up, I was this kind of pastor, all of those things. I never really had any kind of serious romantic engagement with anybody. Although back then, because of one or two reasons, I had one or two girls around, even as the fellowship president of my school. Some ladies in my what's it called, fellowship executive, fellowship
They
executive.
were eyeing you.
They were like, even though they knew, they were trying to, and that was when I began to know that you need to be careful when you are dealing with ladies actually, because you are investing in the relationship thinking you are doing the right thing, but for the girl in her mind, she's seeing you as someone who is being foolish. You understand? To the point that back then there was this lady. While I was in GS3, she was in SS3. Emmanuel Rachel by name. I had to mention her name because I've tried every possible means to see if I can reach her again. Not because I know that by now she'll be married, if she's still alive, obviously, but I just still want to kind of know how she's feeling. Back then, she was, showing me this kind of romance, but green, like she wanted something. I don't know. I don't want to call it serious actually, but maybe she just wanted us to be. But back then, as a very young guy and as a pastor actually, that I was then, I made sure nothing really happened. Then fast forward to when I was in SS1, there was this copper then that he brought. She made me fall in love with literature. She was very good in literature then. Copper, I think.
I can
Lilia.
relate.
I love
Lilia.
I can relate.
So she was very intelligent. All those
Overload.
Shakespearean
What the fuck?
drama that you find very difficult. She explained it. But to some extent, the way she was like giving me some kind of green light. This was someone who was done with school, who was a copper. I was just in SS1. I saw the whole stuff. But one thing that always pushed me back is I was a pastor. So I had to make sure that
your actions.
my actions speak. Unlike now I'm a radical person. I don't give a fuck about what happens. You understand? I do anything I like.
Make yourself happy.
But back then I was a pastor. Then again, the number top person that made me to understand what life is all about when it comes to relationship was another Copper Juliet specifically.
Compass, they follow you well.
Copper Juliet. So this one will come to my back then SS1. She will come to my class and like in the front of everybody, she will be touching me and be like, "Are you shy?"
Touching you.
Like just
Like
trying
boy
to.
is skinny.
Are you shy? And me, I would just
This
be a
place is
kind of
just a
what's
fine
going
person
on.
thing.
You get. So at that point, I started having this idea of and immediately I left secondary school. One of the closest girls to me in the fellowship executive started telling me how she has been feeling. And I was like, what's really going on? You are supposed to be one of my pillars, like spiritual pillars. Well, you are not the one telling me all of these things. And as at that time, I was still a pastor. I tell you for free, if it is now, I will give her what she needs. But back then, I was a pastor, so I was just trying. But what am I trying to say is all of the men that are going to or that have invested in all those ladies are just wasting their time. Because you cannot change an adult. Are you there?
So you're basically saying that emotional availability is a waste of
It's a
time.
waste of time for a
Anybody
man.
that makes you
Okay.
But
So-
women, those are the things. That is one of the things women want. in
Wait,
a
I have
relationship.
a question. Wait.
Okay.
Wait. Who should just answer all my questions
Okay.
one by one? Women want emotional availability
Yes.
in a relationship. Very true. Attention, another one. That aside. What do men want in a relationship?
What do men want?
What do they want?
Okay, thank you very much for that question.
No, like don't
I
make
just-
it too long.
yes,
Just
straightforward. I always tell men, as a man, you don't need a woman to love you. You only need a woman to respect you. As a woman, you don't need a man to respect you. You only need a man to love you.
Okay,
They are
so
two different things. Please wait. That is why even in the Bible says men love your woman. Then it says women submit. That submission is respect. It is not saying that I should become a puppet. It's just saying respect. Are you there? So
So Hello, sir. Right? How was today's episode for you?
Awesome, actually.
Was it an emotional moment for you?
Not really. It was awesome. I
Uh,
learned a lot.
All right. So my question is, um, at what from the story you gave to me, you started falling in love at as early as JS2 and JS3. You were already in a kind of relationship. So my question is, at what point should parents teach their children about love? You saw the reaction from the girl's parent side. It felt like archaic. It felt like it was wrong. So what will you tell the 21st century parent?
Depends on what you talk. Depends on how you define what love is. Okay, but I think I'll just answer it generally.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel parents should the subject of love should be taught right from scratch. Like I'm not talking about the love for the opposite sex. Basically, I'm basically talking about love for everyone. All right, and aside that, parents should teach their children how to be emotionally stable. Yes,
Okay.
how to be emotionally stable. All right, in terms of even showing love to the opposite sex. All right, because I'm not really the kind of person that really believe in age. All right, but I do things. I believe in maturity rather than age. I would choose maturity over age anytime. All
Yeah.
right, but the main point is that anybody who is not emotionally stable should not enter a relationship, no matter how old you are.
All
So,
right. All right. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for taking out time to be here. We really appreciate it. So over to you. Thank you. Our viewers, thank you. But do not forget to subscribe. It will go a long way. Please like, comment, and share. Thank you.